All right, gang, welcome back. Welcome back to another Checo Forex live stream. I hope everybody have a fantastic day today. Markets bled out towards the end of the day after a nice rally today. Yeah, we're definitely gonna dive in and take a look at where we are. Um, let me move into gold first. Let's take a look at the daily chart. And yeah, daily is extremely bearish. We had a somewhat of a bullish closure here on gold, but yeah, very weak bullish. I think this thing is going to continue to bleed. We do have 2950 as a current target here. That's off the daily here. We wicked into that 2 nights ago, and then kind of rallied up, and now we're trading around that 2980. So we're about, I would say, about 260 pips away, more or less. So yeah, we could see this push down. If we break this daily low here, I think we're going to continue to drive down. So um, yeah, this is about to get interesting. All right, let's drop it to the 4 excuse me, to the 4 hour time frame. And yeah, we have that daily support right here. You can see that on the 4 hour. Came down, tapped into it, bounced off, but now we're coming back down to that level there. So um, previous 4 hour closed bearish. So we might get a top wick here and then get the flip. So I'll be looking for sell opportunities if we do have a resistance here off the 4 hour, right? Let's see. We have this level right here. So let's see. I don't know if we're gonna come all the way back up here to the 3007 marker, but get this top wick. If this candle reflips, if we re-break the current lows, we'll probably take that sell down and take it down to fill the range here. So see what it looks like off the 1 hour. All right, off the 1 hour is a little different. Yeah, we have, again, you see this clear support level here. We broke below, turned resistance here, got rejected. So yeah, we're probably looking at sells right here. Let me see the 30 minute. 30 minute has a nice little range right here. See, so we're in this range here. I think if we get a closure below here, below 2976.3, so I think we can look at potential sell opportunities at that point. So we'll wait and see how this is gonna play out, but maybe even a top wick to the top of the range here. I wouldn't mind taking these sells down. We got this push down. This is a little consolidation before we continue to move down. Yeah, the target will probably be the bottom of the range here. Where's that? Is that a 4 hour support? Let me see. Where do I have this support? Oh yeah, right here. Okay. So this would be, let's see right here. All right, so yeah, that would be our targets if we close below this 2976 support here. How much time do we have left? Well, this is the 4 hour. 1 hour has about 40 minutes, 30 minute. Yeah, let's see if we can get either the 30 minute or the 1 hour candle to come down. But if we start pushing up here, again, we're in this range, right? So we want to wait for the break of either one of these levels here. All right, in the meantime, let's take a look at the NASDAQ. Wow, NASDAQ has been a bleeder. Let's take a look at the daily. Let's start here. We could expect a move up. Why? There's no top wick on this daily candle. So yeah, we are coming down. Previous daily close bearish after making a massive top wick. Kind of ran up, then came down. We rebroke the previous daily lows here. Well, we tapped into this area that, let me go back to the monthly. So let me get rid of this level here first. All right, so this support level, this was the previous all-time high way back in December of 2021. Then we had this correction here that went through the 2022 crash right here. And then we've been rallying from the bottom, so about maybe, well, this was the rejection candle, so I'd say from October of 2022 we just made this massive bull run. I mean, we've been just running up, but look at all these monthly candles. I mean, from the breakout to the high, we had all these months trickling up. You know, we had a bit of a crash here, came up and rallied all the way back up, and it only took basically two candles to wipe out all the gains for the last one to well, not the last two, but I would say from December of 2023, all the gains from December 2023 up until about 2 days ago or 2 months ago, and then we just wiped it all out. So yeah, so this was a big heavy drop, happened rather quickly, in my opinion, of course. I will say this: if we do come down and if we get this monthly candle to close and break this support level here, you know, we might have a bit of a support level around that 14,300, but we might come down and test the January. Yeah, I mean, we have the October lows of 2022. That's I don't know. I don't know if we want that to happen. But yeah, let's see. Let's see if this level holds. If this level holds, this would be a nice level to come back up. You know, make the impulse, the correction, and then come and recover and make a new all-time high. But that's off the monthly, just to get a general aspect of the market and you know where it's currently at. So it's currently just above this major support here. So you know, if we look at the weekly, we did bounce off, made a top wick, but now we're flipping, right? And if this weekly candle in the next 2 days, if this thing ends up flipping bearish, re-breaks its own low, this thing is gone. It's gonna nosedive. So but looking at the daily, we did get this daily candle open and it's just dropping. So we can expect at some point, I mean, we might drive down and retest support, but I think we're gonna need a top wick here on this candle before we drive down. So yeah, 4 hour. This is the top the four. I'm sorry, the daily candle open here. So the 4 hour already closed. So I'm not sure if this thing is gonna want to rally and make a top wick. Um, Not sure. Yeah, it could happen, but we will have to wait and see. But in the meantime, in the intraday, look at the 1 hour. No top wick, no top wick, barely a top wick here. I mean, this thing is just dropping. So I could expect some sort of like, you know, pullback to drive up right around. It's too high. Well, as you all might know, there's also plenty of news with the tariffs, right? So you know, anything can happen. You know, China's planning to retaliate. Trump increased the tariffs again on China, so this trade war is you know, it's about to get ugly. So, but any good news that can come out during Asia, London, you know, this thing can just rally right back up. Hey, Jose Trades, welcome, welcome. We had that's the previous all-time high, the last support, isn't it? Oh yeah, this what I was talking about as far as the Nasdaq, yeah. So is the S&P as well. If we look at the S&P, looks very similar to the Nasdaq. And yeah, this was the previous all-time high before we got the massive drop, that bear market we got into that back in 2022. And now look at the rally. And now we came and retested this level right here. So you know, it's logical, right? Based on price action, it's only logical to think that you know, we will come down, tap this level, right, and then you know, make the move up. It's, you know, but if we get a closure below, then if we close below this support on the monthly, especially, and the weekly's flipping bearish. I mean, look at that wick, and now we have it's looking like a hammer candle now. But if we the next 2 days, if this thing doesn't, you know, push up, if it flips bearish, takes out the lows, you know, and we got to close below, of course. So we definitely got to close below this support level here. Then we can probably drop to this target here, you know, but ultimately it will probably be all the way at the bottom here, and that's gonna be a massive crash. That's gonna be bad. So you rode the wick down. Oh, the daily. Ah, nice. Yeah, but it's still out of 5 lot. That's still a bag, bro. Nice job, bro. You took this daily. All right. Oh, this wick right here. Nice. Yeah, man. But yeah, I'll be either moving stops. Probably if you caught it up here, I'll move my stops at least to the body of the candle here. Drop it down. I'm sorry, the Nasdaq here. It's the same. Yeah, I'll probably trail my stops if you're still in it. But you got out, you probably made a solid profit. But I don't know. If we do continue to push down on the Nasdaq, I feel like we might still reject here because eventually we're gonna need a top wick here. And you would have thought the 4 hour would have given it to us, but it didn't, right? It came up, made a top wick, and now it's flipping. What I would say though, if the Nasdaq after making this top wick, if it comes down and re-breaks the previous 4 hour lows, we'll probably come down and fill the range and come down to support here. If it re-breaks the lows here. How's that looking on the 1 hour? You have a liquidity grab here, and then the range fill. Dang, I'm interested, bro. Oh yeah, I heard it was bottoming out. Well, they were considering this right here. When we on the Sunday open, we gapped down here. And look at how many times the 1 hour tested that level. Tested here. We bounced up, and we made this little recovery here. Got the gap fill and kind of rallied up, but then came right back down. Literally, almost all the gains from Sunday, we've already wiped all that out. So honestly, I'm interested in this if we re-break the lows here. But if it starts to drive up, I'm okay with it because I would like for it to come up to this area up here to make that top wick for the daily and then flip. So I will say this. I'm going to have a sell stop. Oops. What the heck? Keep clicking on the wrong thing. Let's see. Yeah. I have a sell stop at the break of the low here. Off the 1 hour here. Yeah, what entry is that? Let me see. I want it higher than that. Yeah, I have it at 16,710. Yeah, that's why I have my entry. Until we come back down and re-break the lows. We already made a top wick here. But if we push up, I might delete the sell stop and let's see. Yeah, that's my entry. 16,710. I just want to see. Yeah, if we do that, then I'm gonna have my stops above the current candle high. So I'll probably put it at probably 880. Yeah. And the target is the range right here. Yeah. We'll see. This thing already set up for me here, so let me just adjust this here on my yes, 66. All right. Yeah, I have that sell stop there. Just yeah, anticipating the break of the 4-hour lows here. So the new 4-hour opens up, right? And we come up, make a top wick, and then we start to flip. If we come down and take out the previous lows, we should see a continuation down. But again, expecting the NAS that will potentially come up and make a top wick for the 4-hour and the daily. But the market does what it wants. So this is probably the top wick we're gonna get, and if this thing flips, once we break the previous lows, we should get activated there. Yeah. All right, let's go back to the 1-hour and let's see how this thing plays out, gang. All right, for now, we're not activated just yet. Let me go back to gold and whoa, look at this. Okay, so we broke back above. Oh, let's hold on. I got too many. I had the lines here from the 30-minute time frame. All right, let me All right. This thing might want to come up to test the top of the range here. And let's see. Okay, so yeah, the 30-minute. Wow, we missed that. Let's see. Let me draw this up again. All right, so yeah, we definitely got a break of resistance. Very interesting price action here, man. And that 1-hour is pushing up strong. How's the 15 looking? Damn. That would have been my entry on this pullback at the break of the highs. I would have been in there, but I was looking at the NASDAQ at the time. Didn't expect this thing to move up with 12 minutes left on the candle, so was expecting it wasn't gonna spike up so fast. All right, well, left without us, gang. No big deal. Let's see. Yeah, that means NASDAQ's probably pushing up slightly. Yes, looking to push up a little bit. Yeah, it's all good. I definitely rather catch it from the top here. Yeah, if we come up and re-break the 1-hour high, I'll probably delete this sell stop here. Let's see. Wow, gold is ripping, man. Can we get a pull? Yeah, we're getting a pullback here. Let's see how big is the pullback. Yeah, we might get an opportunity to get in on this here, but I'm trying to see because I want to catching this range fill here. I don't want to take it off the 15 though. $25 minutes. Is this thing looking to flip here? Because then also, if this 30-minute pulled up like this, if it were to reflip and re-break its low, then we might come back down the range. But it doesn't look like it wants to do that. I think this thing wants to run up. And the 1-hour. Yeah, this is definitely like a 30-minute play here. What are the stops here? How big are they? It's not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad here. Strong push on the 4-hour here. How high is that daily wick? 30.22. Oh, you got in at 2,992. I'm waiting for a little bit of a pullback. 2,995. This is not a bad entry. I'm looking at. I want to see a little bit more of a pullback. We got the pullback early, but I was waiting. The stops aren't that big. Yeah, I'm gonna. $2,995. Come down below 2,995. Let's see. I might be able to pull the trigger market execution on this trade here. Let me have this set up on my account real quick. All right. Let's see if we get a little bit of a pullback here. Just a little bit. 22 minutes. This thing. If it runs, right? Oof, this thing is gone, bro. Wow. Very nice. Let's see. Yeah, stops got it. Okay, now stops look more comfortable here. Yeah, my stops will probably be below this candle wick here around 287.5 or so. I just want a steeper pullback here. All right, there we go. We're coming back down here. Let's see. Yeah, the NASDAQ is gone, bro. It's time to pull up here. Oops. Apologies. Yeah, we're about to break the previous. I'm gonna delete the sell stop on the NASDAQ, guys. I'm gonna delete that for now. All right, got rid of it. All right, I deleted the sell stop on the NASDAQ for now. Let me take a look at gold here. We're looking. Let me see. So we do have the 1-hour closure in 21 minutes, and what I would expect, right, after we come down like this, make this strong bullish move, you know, we could get a pullback, so we have to be careful. A lot of times we get this bullish move, then the next candle is just closes bearish. Huh? The move initially, if I would have caught it in time, once this candle closed above that 30-minute resistance here, with this bottom wick, on the flip, I would have had a buy stop here. We would have been in this move from right around here, about 2992.1. Wow, we would have been up about 80 pips. Yeah, but it's best to wait. Let's just wait it out because you know, it's either that or a break of this level here, and then we can continue to move up. But I would prefer to wait. Man, this happened fast. Yesterday we caught that 30-minute spike up around this time, around that 9:30 hour, but kind of missed it today. But let's see. Yeah, so it already broke these previous minor support levels. Already ripped through that. Let's see. This thing can come up. Grab this wick up here, come up to this resistance level here. I'm just waiting for a better entry closer to the broken level here. So we can get a bit of a pullback, maybe to 995, 94. I'll be interested in taking the buys up if we remain above. Lot size for 25K funded. 25K. I would say, I mean, it depends on the leverage your broker's giving you, but I would say, to play it safe, I wouldn't use anything bigger than a maybe a 0.20 or 0.30 at the biggest 0.20, 0.30 lot sizes. On a regular, maybe a 0.10 to play it even safer. You know, that's what I would recommend. But I mean, I think you can go as high as like a 0.50 lot. Nas looking to make a little run here. Probably gonna pull up to then flip. Wow, this thing's at 3,000. Woo! Goner. How's that 4 hour? Let me see. Beautiful. Wow. Wow, this thing's running. Yeah. I would have loved to catch that move. I would have caught it off the 30 here, but it's all good, right? We let it go, gang. We let it go. Congratulations to those who caught that, though. You caught it. It's a fantastic move right here. Definitely broke above that 30-minute resistance. Got the bottom wick and then the flip. Take out the highs and you're gone. That's definitely a playbook setup right there. But again, I was on the NAS chart, so I didn't catch it in time, and it didn't give me the steep pullback I wanted either. All right, let's see. Let's see if it's gonna go all the way to the top of the range. Yeah, this thing's running up real good, man. That would have been the trade right there for real. Let's see how this is looking. So we got the drop here. I mean, this was a good entry. I took an entry down here. I took an entry down here earlier, and I'm currently holding those runners here. I caught an entry here, and at I think at 2975, but I caught them this area here, and when it pulled down, kind of consolidated, and then now we're ripping back up. So I'm currently in pretty decent profit, but trying to get you guys here on stream on the action here. But I was waiting to see if we were gonna come down and test the low here before we popped off, but I think that this thing is gonna test the top of the range. But again, right, as you remember yesterday, patience, right? That's part of the game. Look, listen, you know how much FOMO people get into these. People take the buys here. This thing could just rip right back down. Remember, you know, we have a 4-hour opening, previous 4-hour close bearish. You know, now we're making a top wick. This thing could definitely hit the range and then flip in the next 3 hours. This candle's brand new. A candle's not even an hour old, so anything can happen, right, gang? So we don't want to take these entries where the probabilities are or the odds are not in your favor. So sometimes you just gotta let it go, man, and that's okay. It's okay. Look, we have this level right here. You know, we have another range right here. You know, we can get to the top of. For example, if you take that and say, look, this is the previous high on this range. We had these tests up here, resistance levels formed over here. So if we get a closure above, get a retest, then we can take the next leg up, right? But sometimes we tap the level, try to break through, get rejected. Next candle makes a top wick, flips, close bearish, and we're on our way back down. It happens all the time, gang, all the time. So, you know, we gotta just, you know, stay patient and wait for our setup. And I think that that's the issue with a lot of traders. I mean, listen, I've been there, bro. I've been there. I've been trying to scalp these moves, or well, you know, it pulled up, it came back down, it's gonna go back up, and you jump in and take an entry here, and you just hurt yourself. But like I said, I can speak on that because I've been through it myself. So I've been through it all, man. Let me let me see if I can show you guys what I did one time. Let's just go back in history. Let's say, let me go back to. Let's see. This is the Bitcoin chart. Where was it? Now it was way back here, bro. This was like when I started. And where was Bitcoin at 40? It was right here, I think. Let me see. Was it here? Oh yeah, this is the daily. Look at this is what I did. I did it off the smaller time frame, but just to give you guys the idea, I'll give you an example. Look at this run on Bitcoin, right? And Bitcoin hit this 40,000 or whatever it was. Oh, it, you know, broke 40,000 for the first time in history, right? And you know, I was somewhat new. This was around what, January 2021 or so, and I took a couple of buys. And look at where I took my buys, in the 40,000s, right? So I took it somewhere on this wick, but let's assume this was off the 1 hour. How do I get to this? I just want to prove a point of what I did one time, and you guys are gonna be like, "What in the hell is wrong with this guy?" The inexperience, right? Let me scroll back because I wanna. Bro, I got burned so bad on this trade, bro. I lost thousands, bro. So it was right around this area here. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So you see this mess right here? Yeah, it was right around here. Or was it? No, it's further back. Let me use the daily, so it makes more sense. Because it was early in my trading career, like in 20, must have been 20. It was right around here. You know, and all this hype. So Bitcoin makes a $40,000 high. I remember that there was a lot of buzz about that. You know, that Bitcoin's gonna go to 1 million. That Bitcoin, and and I'm listening to all the noise. So somewhere at the peak of this, right, I took a buy, and and I got caught in this, you know, massive drawdown. Like I'm talking about, this one drop here. Once I got in, this thing just pulled back and just completely collapsed and dropped back to the freaking 30,000s, and I ended up losing thousands, bro, thousands. And it gets worse. What I did was I took an entry and I try to, you know, like dollar cost average into my entry. So I took an entry, I took a buy. When I saw some drawdown, I was in drawdown $400 or $500 on the first trade, and I ended up opening a pineapple entry. I took a second entry, and then I started piling on. So I opened three positions, and this thing just kept bleeding, bleeding, and then to add it, to make it worse, I I was so confident and so certain that what I was hearing out there from other YouTubers, other traders on social media, that Bitcoin's going to 1 million. I'm thinking this thing has got to go up. So I started removing my stop losses. Said, no, I'm not gonna take this loss. I'm gonna wait for this thing to flip back. That's it. This whole drop just took me out and lost my entire account. I remember that day. I ended up having to go to my car to take a breather, bro. I had to vent. So that's my story. I'm not sure if that specifically happened to any of you guys. But what I'm trying to say is that this happens to the best of us. Especially when you're new to the game, or you don't have the experience or the discipline muscle. You haven't trained your discipline muscle. The hardest thing to learn here. I preach that to all my students and people I talk to about trading that have asked me, like, yo, well, what's been the hardest thing? And I think the discipline has been the toughest thing to master here. And once you train yourself to be disciplined and patient, it changes your whole game. you know the candles are going to print. Price action is going to be there. Price action is going to indicate what it's going to indicate, but you can't get, you know you can't lose control of your emotions. And FOMO is a big part of this game. A lot of people fall into that. And you know I'll be honest, every so often, I've broken my plan in recent times, even after I've, somewhat have mastered that part of this trading business. But a lot of times, man, I burn myself because I allow myself to you know follow a long breakout, or I jump in, before my playbook setup presents itself. And you know sometimes it works out. Sometimes you make the profits, but I consider it not to be a win in my book, because you broke your plan, even if you won on the trade. So at the end of the day, the most important thing is stay disciplined, be patient, and let the trade come to you. The money's gonna be there. If you do what you got to do, the money will be there. But yeah, man, removing stop losses, opening, what is it, stacking is what they call it. I've done it all, bro. I've done it all, man. So I know what it's like, man. So if you're in that phase, if you're that trader that's stuck in that phase in your trading career, trust me, if you stay with it and you believe in yourself and you believe in this, the time will come where you're gonna fall out of that stage. If you're serious about this, of course. If you want to be successful, you have to do things that are going to make you successful. You have to start eliminating the bad habits, and start exercising and working on the good habits, and training your mind, training the mentality you have, controlling emotions and things like that. So, you know, but I've been through it all, man. Been through it all. Wow, this thing is, yeah. Wow, that whole 1 hour candle literally almost filled the range here. Massive move. Yeah, man, this ran up on us. Wow, that would have been a beautiful trade off this 30 minute. I ain't gonna lie. Just in retrospect, looking at it, but I would have definitely caught it. That's a playbook setup. Let me show it to you. Even though we didn't take the trade, but this is again, I was on the Nasdaq chart, so I missed it. But yep, standard range, right? I think I mentioned this right before it took off. I said this is the range we're in. Either we got to break to the top, break to the bottom. So look at this range. 30-minute. What did it do? Close above, left us a top wick. Next candle pulls down. Once the new candle opened and started pulling down, I would have had a buy stop at the break of the highs, and boom. Very simple playbook setup. But yeah, we'll have to wait for the next one. This is nice though. I mean, after we make this little, we're super bearish on the Nasdaq, right? I'm on gold. I'm sorry. We just kind of, so we have this massive down move here. So we made a low, made a lower low, but now what happens here, right? Look at this. This is what's interesting. We made a. Let me delete these lines, man. I just gotta clean the chart up. Just wanna, show you guys sometimes what you have to look at, because you have to change. You have to make your adjustments, right? So now that we realize that after we made this low, we made another low, lower low, come up, right? We made a lower high from here, right? But now on the way down, we failed to break this low before we kind of, now in order for this to start being valid, two things. Now we have this level right here. I'm talking about off the 1 hour. We have this level right here, right? If we break above and close above here and take that out, then it invalidates this pattern, right? So then we take a trend line and plaster it right here. That's what I do, right? So now you have this, right? So what's the next move, right? Even if, let's say, we don't take out that high, if we come back down, right, and we do something like this and we start ranging here, maybe even test it here, right? Let's just say we do that. And when we come down, boom, we might tap, we might still make a move down. Then now, once we tap into that trend line, if we respect that level, then it'll start looking like this, right? And then we're gonna get that breakout, and you already know, retest, and then the next move. And that's kind of like, what could be happening, because we're kind of ranging here. If you look at the smaller time frames, right? We're kind of you see, we're kind of chopping here. Or you want to go horizontal. Again, this is how I view it. This is what I look for. I look for just key levels, right? Support and resistance. I try to keep it basic. So I go with the highest point, and look, if you technically look at it, even though we're making this low, then a lower low, but technically we're just going sideways. There's really not much going on here, but you can always cut the ranges. For example, here, right? So I will put it at this level here, right? This is where we have some sort of structure formed here, right? And then we do have this current low here, but then if you want to drag it down to this previous low here, which is the lowest point in this, so here. So we're kind of in this range right here. So we either break above or, close below. So now I'm gonna look at this new 1 hour. Look at this move here. So no bottom wick. This thing already popped off, took out the previous highs, and we might pull back down. Jose, what are you saying here? I think 4 hour, the NAS 4 hour. Is it gonna reflip? I think NAS is gonna tank. This is what I think NAS is gonna do, man. To be honest with you. We're gonna come down, at least test this support, but I think we're gonna break it, and then we're gonna drop hard, bro. But how's that looking? Did we come up and make the wick? If we made the wick, I'll be interested. Yeah, but if it makes the top wick, that's a top wick for the daily. Yeah, look, the daily's about to flip and make a top wick here. So once the daily makes a top wick, then I might be interested in some sell opportunities once I see some sort of resistance form. It's either wait for it to retest the high, the top of the range here, right, and then catch the sells again, or if we come up here and then we can get a bearish closure after making the wick here, and we get a bearish closure, then I can then see myself taking it back down. If we can come up to around maybe 17,003, 17,005, for example, if anything, start looking for sell positions around that area. Ooh, this thing is going to the top of the range, gang. Yeah, man, I don't know if we're gonna get an entry on anything tonight. It has to happen fast, right? So I would say, Jesus. I mean, look at that 1 hour candle. Jesus, massive. Right, it just ran up. How many pips did it run up? Oh, that was the wick. Yeah, man, got 370 pips, bro. Yeah, that's just, yeah, it's too big of a run. That's a massive run up there. So, you know, let's see. Already made a bottom wick here, so it's very likely it'll push up. I think it's gonna tap this level here, but I don't want to take the entry right up here because we can have a pullback here. But I want to see if we're gonna close above this level now, and then potentially take it to the top of this range around 30, 40. So that'll be about 230 pip range here. But I'll wait. Like I said, if I don't get it tonight, then you know, we live to fight another day. Okay, NASDAQ is flipping right here. Think you're on or something, Jose. Let's see. I'm gonna take this off the 4 hour. Damn, it didn't make the wick though. It hasn't. Yeah, I still think that the daily's gonna flip bullish to make a top wick, but then we're gonna come back down. I think that the daily candle is gonna look like this candle, right? So we started with that bottom wick, then we come up, make a massive top wick, re-break the previous highs, come down, and then reflip. This thing's gonna come up, make a top wick, and then reflip. And in that case, you know, I'll take it at the break of the lows then. But let's see. 4 hour is formed this support here, but has about a little under 3 hours. So yeah, it would be the play if you're gonna stay up that late. I'm not gonna be up that late. Perhaps to wait for this 4 hour to see if the 4 hour reflips, and you know, you can have that sell stop where I had it around 16,000. What was it? 16,000. No, the break of the lows about 710, 705. You know, this is on Oanda, so you guys might have a different price with your broker, but it'll be, you know, usually I would say about 5 pips below the previous 4 hour low here, and then just let it activate you and then catch the ride down. But yeah, I deleted the sell stop though when we started because it just slipped back up. Yeah, on this move here, I saw this happening once this thing made the top wick. When it closed bearish, when this candle made the top wick, once it flipped, the minute it went from green to red, I caught the sell right there, and I held that sell, you know, and then I got another entry here. I started scalping down my way down there. Took a massive move down on NAS today. So from all the way up here, I caught it. rode it all the way down, almost all afternoon. I held that trade. I closed it right before the New York closure, New York market close. So now, you know, we got this push down, like, you know, and I mean, this could have been the correction here, but we could expect a little bit of a more of a correction and then continuation. But I think we are going to come down unless anything that changes drastically with the tariffs. Again, with the tariffs, all this news is anything could come out during the early morning hours that will either push this thing all the way to the freaking moon or just tank it. Based on how everything is currently, you know, if no updates come in, this thing's going to continue to bleed. Yeah, the Dow Jones is everything's bleeding. S&P, all these charts look very similar. Okay, are we getting a rejection here? Wow, after that strong move. Yeah, gang. I'll wait for this 30-minute closure here. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna get anything tonight here. At least not on stream. You know, if anything, my Signal platform, I'll definitely send something out there if I see it. But I'll wait. Now we had these two bullish candles here on the 30-minute. You know, we're getting a little bit of a pullback here. We got a bearish closure here. You know, top wick rejection, come back down. I mean, it can definitely look like that. This could just be a bottom wick. If this thing reflips and takes out the highs, then we can assume it's gonna continue to push up. The NASDAQ is definitely looking to move up here. Yeah, it has some resistance right around here. nice rejection too from there. I don't know. This thing could have been the move up, and then it's gonna flip. Very, very interesting. Yeah, made a nice run up here. I'm interested in some sells here on the NASDAQ, man. This thing's about to flip bearish. Okay, gang, you know, the way it's looking, I think if this, I'm gonna take a sell if we break the lows here. Yeah, 19,975 is gonna be my entry here. I mean 16,975. Ooh. Alright. That will be my entry for sells back down the range. But I'm gonna keep a tight stop loss. This thing lagging on me, bro. 16,975. And my stops at 17. Let's see. If this thing pushes up and re-breaks the highs, then yeah, we'll delete once again. But yeah, I'm gonna take this all the way down. Yeah. I might wait. That's gonna be my target at the bottom. 415. Yeah, that's the trade there. If we flip and break the lows, if we break the current highs and pushes up, then I'll delete. I'm gonna give this one shot here. Let's see. Let's see if we flip here on the NASDAQ. Have this out off the 1 hour. All right, gang, give me 1 second. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break, and I'll be right back. All right. All right, gang. Ooh, looks like we're coming down here. We're gonna wait and stay patient here. Um, 10:23. Okay. Well, I'll wait for this 1 hour candle here. If it doesn't activate, then I'm gonna call it. But just put up the info here. What we got? NAS100. So stop. What's our entry? Entries 19. Oh, sorry, 16.75. Stops are gonna be what is that? Yeah, above the current candle highs. So 1700. And our TP is at the bottom of the range. Put it slightly above, but that's the trade there that we're waiting on, but it's not activated yet, so wait and see. Get some volume to push us down here. Gold's coming back down? No way. Ooh. Oh damn, yeah, never tapped the highs here. Hmm. Dang. We could be looking at sells coming in hard here. I still think we will come back up. But how's that look? Maybe top wick. I mean, a 4-hour flip would be nasty. How much time left on this? 3 minutes. Let me stay on the 30 here. Gang, I like the sells back down here. we'll come. Looks like it was trying to pull back down. It got the current lows, but it pulled back up. All right, gold is got 30 minutes of this candle closure. All right, 30-minute close bearish. This could be actually good if this thing if it reflips and re-breaks the 30 highs here. I think we should continue to push up actually here on gold, but see if we'll come down and re-break the lows here and then flip. If that's the case, I might take a quick buy here to, you know, just to come up to the wick or probably fill the range here. Let's see how far down we pull back here. At 3,003 now. So it's down here. Yeah, the NASDAQ just kind of is pulling away from. Yeah, it's pulling up here. Yeah, if we would have come down, if we would have flipped bearish or re-break the lows, and we definitely would have continued down, but it doesn't look like that's what's gonna happen. Maybe maybe on gold there's an opportunity here to take this back up. Oh, wow. You know, made a quick top wick there. Hmm. Okay. 40 pips. This candle stops at 8,000. Yeah. I'll stick around to this 1 hour closure. Let's see if we get activated by then. I'll stay on and a little longer and let the trade play out. But if not, I'm probably gonna hop off because it's getting late and not really getting much happen. 30 minutes. I'm considering this impulse entry here to I'll grab this wick here and then probably potentially continue to fill the range here. About a 62 pip range here, from the break of the highs to the top of the range here. I want to take this here. Stops aren't too bad. And bounce right off that support. I could use previous candle lows for the stop loss here. I want to give it some room. He's making one attempt here right before the candle closure. We got 21 minutes. Will it flip and activate us, or I'll leave it in place there? I'm willing to take that sell if we flip bearish, but if this candle fails to break lows here, I'll delete. All right. He's looking a bit bearish here. Form a new resistance right here off the 1 hour, and then we get this. This thing could still run up though. Let's see. 15 minutes looking a little bearish to me. We got this impulse to move up, but now this could have been that impulse correction and the continuation to the upside, but this thing could just start trickling down here. I would say we re-break these 15 lows here at 3,000 instead will probably be the move, but this thing's coming down here. Will we get activated here? Man, we might get activated here, gang. We got a bearish, the candle to flip bearish here. It's 15 minutes left. What's this looking like? A bearish move here. Let's go. That'll be ideal, actually. Might be looking to come down too. Still somewhat bouncing around here. We flip here. Patience, gang, patience. We break that and close. Of them. And gold still kind of pushing down here. 30-minute flip bearish. 15-minute bearish. Previous 15 close bullish. Oh, we flip bearish here, gang. Will we get active? Start keeping an eye on this here because I get activated here. I'm not activated. Oh, I got activated. There we go. Just now. Right when I had said I wasn't. All right, gang, we're in this trade now. That's it. We came back down, we broke the lows. Yeah, now it's all in the hands of probability, right? So let's see how this is gonna play out for you. Oh, did it break the 30 lows? Yeah, it did. Okay. All right. I guess, yeah, I'm taking a sell on gold here, gang. 3,000.9. All right. Take it down to the bottom of this range right here. My stops are just above this candle high there. Short risk. Yeah, we're currently in profit here. Yeah, I'm gonna be on a short leash on this one though. So yeah, we're up about 12 pips here. Give a little more room to move. Just I'm willing to take this risk at the moment, but once we go up, we're about 14 pips in profit here. We're in drawdown, just about, yeah, about 20 pips on gold at the moment, but we're running in profit on the NASDAQ here. I want to keep a close eye on it. These can get tricky first, but see, we're gonna continue to push down here. This candle's closing soon here. I don't want to go break even just yet. I wanna wait to see if we get a bigger push. We're at 14 pips in profit right now. Let's wait and see. On gold, we're pulling back a little bit, but let's see if we can continue to drive down. We already took out the 30 lows. That's why I got in there. Stops are above the current 30-minute highs. Yeah, I got a somewhat of a tight stop loss on that. Not risking too much. This thing is either gonna drive or not. Five minutes left. And we're up about 15 pips here. Gang, I'm gonna go break even on the NASDAQ trade. I went break even here on NASDAQ. If we get the push down, great. All right. We're earning 16 pips now. All right, let's see if we get the run down. All right, taking it to the bottom of the range here, so I'll see if we can hold on. You know, we're in drawdown about 20-25 pips on the gold trade right now. Honestly, we got a big push down on this NASDAQ trade. And this is a big move. This is about 550 pips. Nice move down. All right, we're up 35 pips, gang, on excuse me, on the NASDAQ. Running 35 pips. We'll break even. Starting to run down pretty good here. Nice. Gold's starting to pull up a little bit here. What's going on? 34 pip drawdown here. Well, 34 pip drawdown. All right. NASDAQ running beautifully here. 36, 780. They're about 38 pips here. We got 38 pips in profit on the NASDAQ. Nice, Jose. Yeah, nice move. You put that on the flip. Yeah, I waited for the break of the lows here. But yeah, it's looking good. There we go. Look at that. Let's see. And gold, we're starting to come back down a little bit. Very good. So far, so good. How we looking here? Yeah, man, we're running. All right, we're running about almost 60 pips in profit here. This is a nice trade. Very nice trade. Yeah, we're running 60 pips in profit right now. Beautiful trade, beautiful trade. Let's see what gold is doing here. Wow, 34 seconds. What's that 1 hour looking at? All right, 1 hour's gonna close bearish for sure here. Let's see. Okay, 10 seconds left here. It's not too bad. Um, I would have preferred a better closure on gold of 1 hour, but let's see how this one closes now. 1 second. There we go. Okay. Let's see if we'll survive this. If we now we need a top wick here. This thing can run. Wow. Run down. I want to survive this top wick. Once it comes up, makes a top wick and flips, and we should continue down here. But if we get stopped out at BE, then we take that for what it is there. We're currently up about 40 pips. Yeah, man, I think it was a good move to get in. I didn't want to take the wick entry. The, this so much. I mean, I'm definitely bearish on the Nasdaq. This could have just been a minor correction up before we see a further drop. But with so much uncertainty with news and stuff, I didn't want to. Ooh, come on, I want to survive this because I really believe it's gonna drop. Gang, if you haven't gone break even, make sure you go at least break even. If you got in on this trade with me, eliminate the risk. Make sure you protect yourself. And wow, on gold, we're not looking good here. Oh, well, actually, let me see. We got a bearish closure on the 1 hour, right? We came up, made a top wick, and let's see if once we make this top wick and we reflip, right? We re-break the 1 hour lows here, for example, and yeah, we should see a very nice move down. So let's just stay patient here and see how this plays out for us. I think we can definitely come down and fill the range here. We just gotta survive this top wick right here. Yeah, my stops are 2 pips in profit from our entry, 973. The the broker prices could be different for you. Just make sure you go break even. Cover your swap fees, your commission fees, whatever it is. So make sure you cover for that and go break even. we're still in drawdown, about 35 pips on gold. On NAS, we're up about 20, 27, 28 pips. All right. Yeah, we're up about 50 pips here. So yeah, it's looking pretty good to trade. Even now, it's in good profit. And you can definitely, you know, 50 pips, 50 plus pips on a NAS trade is not too bad. So you guys can definitely jump out. You know, if you're up about 50 points in, if you used a what is that, 0.01 lot, you know, you're up what is that, easily 50, 55 bucks. So not a bad trade, man. This thing might take all night here. Let's see if we can go down a little further and take my partials there. I'm down to take partials right off the bat. I'm gonna secure some profit, but this thing's still trying to push up, make a top wick here. That's fine. For this 1 hour flip here. All right. All right. We up here 44 pips. 40. Okay. Ooh. Will we survive? 20 pips. Dang, I'm 23 pips. Yeah, I closed there on the NASDAQ. I took 23 pips and got out. Didn't want to lose those profits, but I'm just going to pull up there. Yeah, we gave it a shot. We got a nice push down, and then it came down. We were up about 60 something pips at one point, but started pulling back. So I secured 23 pips on that trade. You can continue to hold as long as you're break even. That's up to you. I got out there. Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, so yeah, that was about 230 bucks I made there on that trade. So I'm good with that. Lock that in. But then here, we're still in it here. So let's see. All right, this is the gold trade we're in here. So I got stops above this previous candle high off the 1 hour, and new candle open here, and let's see if we making a top wick and then reflipping here, and then we can continue to drive down. So we came down and got activated off the 30, breaking the lows here. Once the 30 broke the lows, I got in there, but it's starting to pump up a little bit here. So we'll see. Stops are right above here, so let's be patient. Let it play out. You took a sell on UJ? What? You be trading Forex like that? Crazy. I haven't traded UJ in forever, man. I used to trade GJ a lot. The GBP JPY, the pound yen. That was a fun pair to trade, but then it got a little whack. Just like, you know, too much. Stuck with gold and the NASDAQ. US 30 I used to trade a lot too in the beginning, but I try to you know, cut down on the pairs, only to minimize the amount of charts I had to freaking stare at all day and analyze and do all that. So, you know, I picked two of my favorite ones and I just kind of stuck with them. Euro USD is pretty good too. Yes, he's running up on us, so we're about 60. Was that 62 pip drawdown? 70 pip drawdown now. Yeah, it's pretty heavy drawdown here. Yeah, I did a half lot on this one, so it's not as bad as usual. I did the half lot because I had the non-trade open too, so I usually go in with a one lot on these gold trades. So we'll see. That NAS100 could still play out. I think it's gonna definitely drop. They don't want to risk the chance of that hitting the BE. You know, at least while I'm on stream, you know, and just wanted to lock in some profits. So I did that. It's fine with me. I was happy with my profits. So, but you guys, if you're still in it, you know, as long as you break even, you can definitely hold that position, and it should drive further. It should drive a little further. believe it can, you know, start coming down to the bottom of the range there. So man, go, you're killing me. You're killing me, go. Come on. Man, kept me on stream longer than I wanted to tonight. It's all good. It's all good. Let's see. Yeah, look, this thing's starting to pull back down again. Yeah, if any of you guys are still holding, man, I hope it really rips down. That'll be fantastic. All right, gold. A little bit of a pullback here, but let's see a flip bearish. Yeah, this is it's starting to push up here. This level. I want to try to stay below that resistance that was formed right here. I want this candle to stay below that there. I know we're gonna get a lot more volume, but it's definitely we'll see. We'll see if the volume will push us down, and you know, we'll hit that PP down there. This is a big move down here that we're trying to catch. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait another 10 minutes here. See what let's do a 30-minute candle here. we can now that we made this top wicket, we can reflip here in the next 9 minutes or so. If not, what I usually tend to do is I'll leave the stream running here, and I'll monitor it and update it throughout the night. But yeah, it's getting late, so I usually don't stay on. I'm super tired, so been up early. So what I'll do is, yeah, I'll leave the stream open, and once we start either running into profit here, I'll update everyone in the chat if I took partials, what I did when I go breaking, all that stuff. I definitely update that right here in the chat. So, is that? Oh, you got a trend line on the 1 hour? Well, you talking about Nas, Jose, or which on gold? And what time frame are you referring to? Hey, here we go. Damn, we jumped out too. I jumped out. Look at that, beautiful, beautiful. The idea is still there. Very good trade. This thing should continue to run down here. I really believe this thing is gonna start ripping now. Yeah, look at that. All right, and gold rejecting here, so starting to come down a little bit. Looking better. All right, gold also pulling down too. Beautiful, beautiful. These things could start ripping down any minute now. Oh, a bearish flip here for gold would have been fantastic, but I don't know if that's gonna happen in the next 7 minutes. But it formed this resistance here. This candle tapped in, rejected, closed bearish. Candle came up, just missed the target there, but got a top wick, stayed below the range there. We should get the flip. Rejected nicely off that resistance, but it's starting to kind of creep back up a little bit here. 4 minutes left on this candle, but from what it seems, we're looking to probably close below. So as long as we stay below this level, we should be good to continue down. Again, that's just my opinion, right? You don't have to do exactly what I do. We end up closing above here. I'm just gonna close out prior to the stop loss, then eliminate my lower my risk. I would say I would manage risk by just jumping out the trade here. All right, Jose, have a great night, man. Thanks for tuning in, brother. And yeah, good luck with that UJ trade. Looks like it's running down. Man, 2 minutes left, but we're tapping right into that level gang here. So I'm trying to see if we can 1 minute left, man. This thing pull back up on. Rejecting from here, but okay, there we go. Right. Much better. All right, 20 seconds. All right, so we closed below. How's that looking over here? It's trying to break above here. This looks like it wants to. You see right off that level too, look at that resistance that it formed. You know, we're kind of getting that push down from there. But this could easily be a bottom. Wait for this thing to flip back up. So unless we made that top wick and we're gonna start driving down here, we'll see. Yeah, I'm not liking this price action at all, man. I think this impulsive move made a bit of a correction. Now this could essentially pop off. I thought when we broke the lows here off the 30-minute that we would have taken off here, but we didn't. So yeah, we're down about 76 pips. Yeah, gang, I'm gonna jump out here with the loss here at 76 pips. All right, yeah, all right, I got out here. Looks like it's trying to push up here. Not too bad, you know. I think that with the NAS trade that we took earlier as well with the win there, so yeah, definitely not a bad night. You know, we can't win them all, right? But look at that, it's starting to push up there. Yeah, so I had the feeling it was going to continue to push up. So just again minimizing the damage there, and like I said, let's see. Gold could definitely run up to the top of the range here before it decides to flip. So, but it's all good. Overall, a great night here tonight. A lot of knowledge was given out. You know, always a great time spending some time with you guys here on stream, you know, and we're able to trade together and all that. Again, for my platform members, we will be trading the New York session tomorrow. We don't have anything, I don't think we have any news tomorrow, any major news. We have CPI on Thursday, PPI on Friday. So yeah, we'll definitely have some volume the rest of the week. Tariff news and all that will be moving the markets tomorrow either way. So yeah, gang, once again, thanks to everybody for tuning in. Jose Trades, thanks a lot. Fluidity, Shorty, Tony, all my peoples, all you guys, thank you very much. And I hope everybody has a safe and blessed night. And I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. God bless. Peace.